Stadium. My name is Samaya Moll Kinsale, taking you here on the interviews on the field. Today we're here to watch Trinidad and Tobago versus Cayman Islands senior women's 15 team in our friendlies, taking it up to the boot with Kelsey.
Hello, thanks, Samaya, and welcome to Hasty Crawford Stadium. Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima. It's an international friendly between Trinidad and Tobago and Cayman Islands. I'm Kelson Figueroa alongside Kaylan George. Kaylan, what a beautiful atmosphere here in Arima.
Couldn't agree more, Kelson. Today's looks amazing. Couldn't agree more, Kaylan. The weather looks amazing. We have two big teams, Trinidad and Tobago, followed by Cayman Islands. Trinidad recently coming off a big win against Mexico, 18-16. So we're looking forward to the match today to see what the score is going to look like.
And Trinidad and Tobago coming off the heels of a massive victory against Mexico last week in the same venue. 18-16 was the score. TNT still in the lead over the Mexicans, and TNT is going to try to ride on that wave in this one. New look team for TNT, just going to test the waters with a couple of new players as it is a friendly. So TNT is going to try to blood some new players into this one. Cayman Islands, on the other hand, hasn't had much international 15s rugby under their belts in the past couple of years, and they're going to try to transition themselves from the game of 12s and 10s, which would have played in Jamaica a couple of years ago, and try to get themselves back into this one. Special shout out to everyone watching the South Sound Rugby Ground in Cayman Islands. They'll be cheering their girls along. Adi Innes King from Trinidad and Tobago. I know you're in Cayman Islands taking a great look at us. We're going to say cheers from here in Trinidad and Tobago. The weather is sunny and the beers are cold. And we're also going to give a special shout out to the president of Cayman Rugby Club, Mike Kehoe, and the Kehoe families, as Kehoe is a household name in rugby in the Cayman Islands. Also, just want to say the Caroline, special shout out to you all, as well as shout out to Lily Harden, one of the players. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it here today, picked up a bit of an injury. I know the girls here would just like to say best of luck and wish you were here. Just going back to you, Kaylan, Trinidad and Tobago against Cayman Islands. What can you expect between these two teams?
Well, Trinidad and Tobago does look like the more dominant team in this matchup. They have a lot of 50s experience within the past couple years. They have played at the top level of the Rugby Americas North-South Zone Championship. Cayman Islands, on the other hand, are fairly new coming back in, so they're looking to shake off that dust back into the old flow of the game.
Well, Cayman would have played a friendly against Barbados last year, getting their feet wet in the game of 15s, and this is going to be their second attempt to really get themselves against solid opposition from the TNT women. As you see the teams who come out for the lineup here, to the roar of the crowd, TNT in the familiar red and black strips, Cayman Islands in the blue and white strips, and we're going to expect a banger here in a friendly in women's test match rugby here in Trinidad and Tobago. As we hear the TNT supporters really getting themselves up for it, as we see the teams line up for the anthem. So Trinidad and Tobago starting lineup. You have Jolene Thomas, Abigail Adams, Chantel Charles, Zaria Joseph, Konisha Oliver, T.S. Davis, the captain, and this will be one of her farewell tournaments as she moves across foreign to play rugby in an excellent opportunity for scholarships. Bella Martin, Electra Dennis, Blossom Stewart, Jade Husbands, Alicia Fields, Kyla Simon, Fiola Jack, Jerice Cole, and Zoe McKnight. In the reserves, we have Special Ryan, Rebecca Dixon, Teresita Dillon, Sapphire Kerr, Kitara Monroe, Keelan Tiba, Marika Mendez, and Anila George.
Okay, for the Cayman Islands lineup, we have first Chanel Murray, Moan Noland, Vinley Piasso, Zoe Wells, Jade Barney, Laura Stefan, Samara McCarthy, Zora Mutumba, Daniel Pink, Rachel Hartley, Tegan Fletcher, Jazz Cray, Madison Chin, Hannah Height, and Jenna Richards. Their substitutes are going to be Niall Dians, Kadeen Thomas, Al Ebanks, Maggie Ebanks, Claire Ruby, Audrey Eby, Michael Leon, and Holly De Leon.
Some of the players for Cayman Islands to look out for is Shamar McCarthy. She's been a standout in the sevens program and very solid player. Look out for her. As well as look out for the number 28, Jazz Gray. They're going to be the ones to look out for. And there we have the anthems of the both teams as they get themselves stoked up and ready to go. Just remind T.S. Davis, the captain for this game, she's going to be flying off the kind of a scholarship opportunity. So we're going to give a special shout out to the captain as she makes her way out. Great last hurrah for that athlete as we take a look at what's going to happen here. Cayman Islands versus TNT. Big matchup. Not much we know about this Cayman team, so we're all going to be surprised as we get into this one. Special shout out to Mercedes Foy, manager of the team. She has been key and instrumental in women's rugby in Cayman Islands. I just want to say kudos to the special work Mercedes has been doing. Also, Coach James Greenwood. James been tons of work he's been doing to put in rugby on the map in Cayman Islands, and we can continue to see good work from James and his team. Kick-off time, it seems to be Cayman's going to get this one going from left to right. Trinidad and Tobago in the familiar red and black strips. And it's going to be a crack of a match as TNT, as I said before, had their tails up from the last game where the Mexico TNT game was so jaw-dropping that we can expect to see the same thing, the same passion, the same pride stated by Coach Richard Stagland earlier in the day. And this could be a cracker of a match. The referee in the middle is Kenisha Vincent, familiar face on the referee circuit, and we can see excellent game from her. The areas in this one is Kelvis Figaro and Keyshawn Mendez, and it's going to be a great game. And we're underway. Cayman kicks it off over the heads of the TNT players, unable to snatch it. And that's been a key note for everything happening today. The wind is blowing from left to right, or so it's east to west on the pitch. It's going to make it difficult to catch. And Kaylin, as a player, how challenging is it to really catch those high balls in windy conditions?
Especially in the windy conditions, the wind can be a big deterrent. Especially for a forward like me, catching those high balls tend to be difficult at times. Once the team plays slow and they play with composure, they should have the hang of it, Kelson.
Free kick by the referee. There seems to be an infringement in this one. Kenisha Vincent, seasoned referee in this one, as TNT gets to put in a bit of inexperience by the Cayman ladies, and it's off to Konisha Oliver from the Seapost Rugby Club. She bangs into contact, eventually taken to floor. Cayman Islands defense is set and ready to go into the hand of Abigail Adams from the Royal Lions RFC Club, and she's pushing her way forward, steaming on. She had an excellent game against Mexico. Can she continue? As the scrum half center looking wide for Jade Husbands, and she's going to get the ball into the hands of Chantal Charles, and she's charging her way forward. TNT in sole possession so far in this one, looking to find the room out wide if they can. TNT is looking for the spaces, eventually taken down just short of the 10-meter line. Great recycling work as TNT gets it back to the second quarter forwards, juggling the possession into the hands of the Caymanian players, and Cayman is on the counter-attack. Big hit by TNT, trying to get a number of the Caymanian player there, but she expertly picked that one up, and Cayman has the ball. Obviously the scrum half gets into position. That's Pink. She gets the ball, shoots it out wide to the forward there. That's Murray, and Murray brushes off the TNT player like Linton Close here, getting the ball out wide, looking for more possession. Cayman Islands steadily getting this going. The referee doesn't like what happened in there, and she's going to pull back first penalty to Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands back on the charge. Big hit by TNT there. That's Electra Dennis with that big shove. Looking for the ball, looking for the runner. She shows and goes, just trying to get a name to number. Bit difficult to get the numbers and names associated from this far up, but they get the ball again. That's Rachel Hartley gets the ball going. Looking for the room, looking for the short side. Finally gets the big runner. And Cayman Islands steam their way forward. Nice slow possession, back in hands of Murray, and she brushes off the TNT defense to the delight of the Caymanian supporters, and they're pushing their way closer to the 5-meter channel. TNT in all sorts of bother right now, looking for the room into the powerful hands of Shamara McCarthy, and she's no stranger to this form of the game. She is a bully, and she's going to show her strength and her skill. As Cayman tries to push it out wide, it's Jazz Gray dancing through, weaving through. That's Jazz Gray. It looks like, and the experience of that player gets herself on the scorecard, it seems. Just confirmed the name and number, but it looked like number 28. And Cayman gets the first score on the board. Cayman Islands drawing first blood just under 5 minutes in this one. Great work as we see the kicker, Rachel Hartley. She's going to try to get the extra 2 points. And Cayman Islands women rugby is really trying to push themselves forward, doing excellent work on a grassroots level. And again, Mercedes Foy, hats off to you. Great work you've been doing over the years to make sure that everything goes to heart. As Hartley goes up for the kick. Expertly struck. Cayman Islands pushing front 7 points to 0 over TNT. As you take a look at replay, the excellent work, great form, great strike, and she's got her team 7 points or better, courtesy that kick. TNT trails 7 points in it as big kick coming. TNT's charging on, forcing the error in the try area. Can TNT make something happen with it? And it seems to be Hartley, that player again. She's been everywhere and she gets the ball down. TNT gets a 5-meter scrum. Tanks are expertly getting back into one after Cayman Islands was unable to gather that kickoff. Scrum time for TNT, just on the 5-meter mark. What can they do? Can they get themselves back in the scorecard, get themselves on the positive? Scrum not set as referee. Vincent just gets us back going. She's just going to reset and stop it. And again, as a forward, how draining is it to have multiple scrums so early in this one?
It can sap a lot of energy, Kelsey, especially resetting the storm constantly. It does tend to take energy out of the players, so we'll see how quickly they can get this scrum done.
I'm sure everyone in the Cayman Rugby Club back home is with jubilation as Cayman take the lead as TNT pick and go on the short side. Choking for the overlap. Blossom Stewart goes over the try and Blossom Stewart strikes back for TNT. Blossom Stewart from the Royal Lands RFC Club gets TNT back in this one. 5 points or better. As we take a look at the replay, the pick and go from the scrum, hitting the blind side. The Caymans forwards were slow to react and TNT get themselves back in one. Back one try in, just answering back immediately after the Caymanian score.
Yes, Kelton, a bit of excellence from Blossom herself, seeing the space and going for the try. Number 23, Lecture Dennis, steps up to take the kick.
Excellent kick by Dennis. Dennis splits the uprights. TNT draw level thanks to the excellent boot of Dennis. As you take a look at the replay from far out wide, an easy work, walk in the park, Sunday morning kick it was with Lecture Dennis. She split the uprights exactly. TNT draw level, 7 points all, just about after 7 minutes in this one. TNT just showing their experience and their merit, just clawing themselves back into this one. Cayman gets us back under it. Hartley, deep kick. TNT unable to try score, unable to guard it back up. Advantage being played. The referee plays no advantage and brings it back for the scrum. And mistake after mistake has happened between both teams. And sometimes it's 80 minutes of rugby. What more can we see happening here? Scrum time here for for Cayman Islands, as we look at the interesting setup here by Cayman Islands. They're going to try to barrel their way through the TNT team. Dangerous pass of the pitch. We can expect set pieces coming in from here. Cayman Islands going to show everything the coach has been working on over the past couple of weeks, preparing themselves for this tour. Big ask to come up against the TNT women, as TNT are known dominant female rugby players, and they're going to try to show their merit. And the whole Rugby Cayman club will be there watching the stream, just cheering on the girls, no matter the score. Into the hands of Hartley, and Hartley shows and goes. Big bump as two TNT players collide, but Cayman get themselves going, pushing themselves forward, looking for the space, and TNT seem to pinch this one here. Seems to be the player losing their feet, and TNT gets the reprieve. Don't think they have a big boot on in the person as Nicolette Panther, so they're going to have to do tons of running. As the ball comes out to Adam, she's going to try to take it into the captain, T.S. Davis. She slowly runs to the contact, and Cayman manhandles her in the build-up. As TNT looking for the room. Out wide, pushes the Chantal Charles. She burrows her way through, just up to the 22-meter line. TNT just taking their time, being patient, taking the slow picks when they can, just gaining the yardage. As she came and tried to pick one, but TNT is up to the task. In the hands of Jade Husbands, looking for the room. Step back inside there, seems to be TNT, but push back expertly. And this number 21 is always there. Hartley is there trying to be a nuisance. Into the hands of Oliver. Oliver unable to handle the pass, a bit too hot to handle, and she scuffs it one. TNT just knock it on in the build-up.
Yes, Kelton, both teams are playing a very controlled game. They're playing with the majority ball-to-hand movement. Not a lot of kicking so far, but that may change later on into the game. We're going to go down for another scrum reset.
Scrum time again. Cayman in the same place as they were, just a different part of the 22-meter area. And scrum time, strong scrum. You can see Cayman just getting pushed back slightly. Referee has the advantage that TNT is not pushing straight, and the referee Vincent is there to call it. Cayman get the penalty. TNT hustle back, and great work just trying to hold this up. Into the hands of the forward, and they smash their way up. Ball bounces off the player, knock-on advantage for TNT. They gathered the loose ball, just a bit sharper to this one. Advantage being played to them, and TNT is going to try to run this out into the hands of Fiona Jack. And Fiona Jack is going to show the pass out to Abigail, looking for one more player if she can. Abigail seems to be running out of territory. She wisely turns back into space. Great awareness by the TNT player. It takes a herd of Caymanians to take her down. The ball seems to be spilling out the back there. Uncontrolled ball goes into touch. It'll be Cayman ball, and breathtaking stuff happening so far.
Yes, Kelson, couldn't agree more. Seeing a lot of physicality from the Cayman Islands team. Trinidad and Tobago is also bringing a lot of big bodies into the scrum too.
Ball into touch. Cayman ball, as you see Hartley gets this one going. Cayman knocked it on in the pickup in the line outside. McCarthy just walking around the outside, unable to catch it. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by TNT, and they're just going sideways right now, just trying to find the space to get it work. TNT deep inside the half, a ton of time now as Blossom tries to get the ball over the top. TNT unable to handle it. No advantage being played, and be a scrum back to TNT. No advantage signal by referee Vincent. Just before the scrum comes in, just want to say a special welcome to someone who needs little to no introduction. It's Robert Stone in the studio doing colour for us. Robert, what can you say about the fans and interaction here today in Larry Gomes Stadium?
Well, it has been incredible. It is a day of rugby, 2 senior men's games, and now the curtain closer here. It is TNT versus Cayman Islands, and it is an incredibly competitive fixture. I am blown away by the Cayman women, and I'm looking forward to the rest of this game.
It's scrum time, about third or fourth scrum in this area so far in the first half. Just about 13 minutes gone so far. Tons of scrums, but it's great action nevertheless as TNT get the put into the scrum. Just a bit of stability there. The Cayman just losing the feet, and TNT going to try to take it quickly, but the referee's going to slow it down, just ensuring safety as you see one of the TNT players unable to get up quickly, just gingerly moving forward.
Yeah, I'd like to take a look at that one again there. Piasso came in a little bit of the angle. I think she got pinged on that one there, gave TNT the play. Let's take a look at it again. Yeah, you saw her trying to burrow, and she eventually dropped her knee, gave away that penalty to TNT. Now it's a easy clearance. TNT also is made a lot of changes coming into this fixture here. You're seeing them having a little bit of trouble with combinations, but both sides are starting to gel as the game goes on, and there's so much physicality. It's quite amazing.
Well, you're right. Coach Richard Stargland just getting an opportunity to see a couple of French players that may not have the ability, to get a game against the very high anticipated Mexican game. So they're going to have opportunity to get themselves a bit of game time as he prepares for the future. And that's very good to see from the TNT camp as they always looked for progression in the women's form of the game.
Yeah, that's what these kind of fixtures are all about. It's a chance for you saying, look, it's not an international fixture. It is a friendly. It's intense enough that you swear it is an international fixture, but you at some stage have to give some of the French players a chance to show themselves on the stage, and TNT ladies are starting to show up already. So there are lots of players that we really have invested a lot in the fraternity, and it's great to see them starting to step up and make the next big progression in their careers.
I see Quenisha Oliver from the Seapost Rugby Club just dinks this one into touch. TNT gets the line out. The air just seemed to have his hand in the wrong position there. As it seems to be a TNT put-in to this one. Just special shout out to 360 TV. Just like to thank them for really getting this stream going for us. And I'm sure everyone here in TNT and around the world would appreciate this as a set piece time for TNT. Just knocked on, but into the hands of the captain, T.S. Davis. TNT just juggling the ball a bit, knock-on signal by the referee, and just the mistakes are creeping in, but it's experience, expected from them in this encounter.
Well, we were just talking about it in terms of combinations there. We brought in a new scrum half there, Blossom Short, very experienced, but she does like to hold and run the ball a little bit longer, giving the defense a chance to move up with the defensive line. You see Electra Dennis there throwing in at hooker there, even though she's starting at 8, and she's doing all the kicking duties as well. So it is a big ask. That is something that's limiting us for the options wide where our back line right now. Jade Fields, great distribution, but she is having a little bit trouble with kicking ball out of hand. Here we go again.
Ball just fumbles into Hartley and looking for the room. Into the space, she gets it. Cayman has the player advantage if they can. Smashed in the contact there. And it's McCarthy, the powerful McCarthy, pushing her way, rumbling through. The expert in the female game here. Both plays both formats, 7s and 15s. As the ball just goes to the ground there by Cayman Islands. TNT trying to stop the onslaught here. Just slow down the pace as Cayman sets a bit flat. The chip on the go. And it's Jazz Gray, she's going to try to do it herself, trying to find the winger. Just a bit too low to catch it. And it's a knock on here. TNT put in.
You know what I really like about that option from the Cayman Islands scrum is just keeping it simple there, simple little pick and go to the 8 and 9, feeding the fly half, just taking it up. A lot of these teams that really excel, either on the 20 level, on the 19, some of the more developmental women's squads, these squads just keep it very simple, do those one-off passes, take it up, It's exceptional. It's exceptional. And I'm really, really proud to see how far Cayman Island rugby has come. They just continue to develop every time I see them.
And another energy-sapping scrum here for the teams. Nice cool conditions here in Trinidad and Tobago. Nice cloud cover, just going to make a nice cool game for the teams as the referee just pulls up this scrum, just making sure safety is priority. And it's great to see women's 15 action here in TNT as the women able to feature week after week so far in this one. And week after week, home games here at the Largome Stadium. Special shout out to the Sports Company of Trinidad and Tobago just for facilitating the rugby here and maybe giving us a home here for us to just showcase the excellent talent, male and female, that we have on store.
And thank you to TTRU. Thank you all so much for everything you all are doing, getting these fixtures here. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And I want to also, besides the ladies as well, Richard Stagland, Carlin Reed, what they're doing with these programs is just outstanding. And I mean, the understanding of the players, the little blackboard sessions, everything. It's beyond just having good athletes that are just going to run around the corner. They're understanding, they're being patient, they're setting up their rucks, they're starting to understand how to use the maul. It's fantastic, and how we see it go again.
Scrum time to TNT. Kyla Simon just switches the code, bumps off a couple before hitting the floor. TNT trying to get a quick ball out the back door. The 10 just switches. There's no one at home. Excellent work, but TNT doesn't have the chasers to come. But there's the speedy winger for TNT up by herself, and she's trying to get over the ball and clean this one up. The referee, let's see what the referee says there. It's a penalty to TNT as the player on the floor did not release in time, didn't give TNT the opportunity there. As we take a look at the replay there.
Yeah, great recognition by Husbands and notice that nobody was back to kick over, and then great work by the winger not to just dive on the down player there, letting it set. It looks like they were able to keep it back in play though, and here come Cayman Island again.
Cayman just trying to steady the ship, slow it down. TNT giving away the penalty, tackle and not roll away is the call.
Yeah, it's a little bit about fitness, I think, on that one there, where they were just willing to try to steal it a little bit. The ruck was set, they got their hands in, a little bit lazy on that effort there, and they're too good of a squad to give away that simple penalty.
Cayman Islands clear for touch, just getting a bit more territory up there. TNT, again, feeling a less experienced team, and he's just going to show a bit in terms of the errors being made at key moments in the game. But Cayman Islands has come to play, and we can see the aggression, the powerful running by the forwards, and there are no slouches when it comes to playing rugby, just lack a bit of international experience.
Well, I'm actually really impressed now. They didn't be able to get off there. I'll let you finish this one here, Kels, and I'll give you my thought.
TNT with the ball a bit sloppy off the line out. Cayman tried to bully this one out as the ball spills out the side of the ruck. TNT unable to gather, just falling over the ball, and Cayman get up the tap in just on the halfway mark.
You know, this is about the fourth penalty at those ruck, and it's a few of the same players. Now, nice lift again, but they're having a little bit of trouble timing-wise. It was easy too. It wasn't even really being contested, so there's no real pressure on, but Cayman tried to force it a little bit. No real reason.
Came with the ball, just pushing to TNT's 10-meter mark, looking for Hartley. Quick pass out to Chin. Danger from Chin, just popping the ball off the floor, knock on the TNT. And these mistakes are just trying to creep in there, but Chin, dangerous running by her, and we look out to see some more dangerous lines from her throughout this game.
I'm actually very, very impressed with the back line for Cayman Islands. I didn't realize they had this much talent. A lot of times, if I had to be critical again, this is just an off comment there. A lot of these players, they do something absolutely brilliant. They push the defensive line back. They could set it, and instead of just going down, setting, getting that easy ruck which you could operate off against, sometimes they try to throw that 50-50 ball and risk it for no reason. But when it comes off, you look incredible. But just get comfortable, get patient, allow yourself to set. And another penalty given away this time against TNT. Early engagement, I think, as well.
Players just not holding their feet in the engagement, just crashing forward, making the set piece dangerous. But the ball just knocked back as Pink tries to get the ball loose. But the dangerous Shamar McCarthy gets the ball. TNT just plucks it from her. That's Abigail Adams doing an excellent job of poaching the ball, as you see the captain, T.S. Davis, pushes the way forward, trying to get some yardage in this one. Just a ping pong of possession by both teams as TNT try to get the ball out wide, try to loose the quicker players as TNT trying to skin on the outside. Passes one, Jazz Gray with an excellent cover tackle. She is quick enough to get there. TNT recover that set piece, and they're going forward, just marching just short of the halfway mark.
Yeah, unfortunately there when Cayman went in, TNT lost it there. Looking to do another little quick pop-up there. Cayman really smart how they're using their forward. Say if it's not on, they just want to get that go forward ball again. Basic little getting their knee down, forcing the defenders to release. And here they go again, looking to push it out. Having a little trouble though.
Just the ball going a little far back, unable to gather, and that's a hard ball to catch when you're running at full tilt, to lean back at that height and try to grasp it out of the air. Just knock on one more time and the familiar setting of scrum time.
Yeah, they're having a little trouble at both sides, just a transitional play. When they get that turnover, how do I want to use it? So many players, supporting players, are just kind of standing still instead of helping, talking to the person with the ball in hands, giving them that confidence just to take it up and set up that other ruck to get that first phase going. Everybody's trying to just push that one phase where nobody's back, and wow, big scrum by Cayman Islands again.
TNT tried to guard this one, just ball bubbling all over the place. TNT trying to get themselves going. The ball's knocked on by TNT.
Yeah, that's an uncharacteristic error there by Zoe McKnight, but she is not looking comfortable. A young player, fantastic, scored that brilliant try against Mexico for that victory last week, and she is looking very, very, very uncomfortable. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Trinidad and Tobago here just needing a player to get a bit of attention. But Cayman Islands, excellent skill from these Caymanian women. They're really showing their merit, really showing lots of stuff here as we just take a short moment. 20-minute mark, we're going to have a bit of water break, just standard player welfare stuff. As going into this water break, it's all tied 7 apiece. And Cayman Islands is just showing what they expected of them, just coming out here, the dark horses in this one. And TNT unable to write a script for them at this moment, but just on the break, it's 7-all. TNT versus Cayman. Just continue excellent coverage here at Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima. It's TNT versus Cayman, international women's friendly in Test match rugby.
And we're back here for this friendly TNT versus Cayman Islands. Our good leader, Kelson Figaro, had to take a momentary break, so I, Robert Stone, I'm just going to help out with the play-by-play. Please bear with me, and my good friend Calum is back on colour. Hopefully Zoe is able to recover from that. We'll get more information soon. We are back at scrum time here. It has been a battle. I'll tell you, 2 penalties go both ways from each scrum. And it is a big, big engagement here again from Cayman, but it might be so no, it's back out the channel, so it's straight back out. And we're going to go back for another scrum. It's going to remain Cayman ball. Very interesting to see. You're not going to see it here on the screen right now, but Cayman is lined up so flat offensively as well. They might want to just set up that first phase like we were talking about. Again, nothing too exaggerated, nothing to force passes, risk something out wide where they're having a little trouble setting that ruck. They just want to set up tight. So here we go again. Cayman Island ball back to the 8. Looking to set there, and she's so patient there, Pink. Here we go. Out to Fletcher again. Fletch. Behind the back. They're going to go for it. 3 on 2. She steps back in. Stays on her feet long enough to get support. She's a little pedantic there, but it is brought down. And here comes that big clear counter ruck comes in, but they do give away another penalty again. Pink looks to set. 1 off pass. And she smartly carries it up. Hopefully not to throw something random. Yes, she comes down. And they set again. Pink to Fletcher. Once more. Hasn't she looked good today? Big carry. And Cayman Islands working their way up to that 22. They look to set using that tight 5 player again. 1 up. Throws the dummy and she goes again. Every time they're just making that little bit of yards go forward, forcing TNT getting back, and the numbers are starting to pay. Looking to use a big ball run again, but it just goes back. Is it going to be a thrust forward? Yes, unfortunately it is. They're going to go back for the advantage though. And here we go again. Sets it around. Look at that step. Carly Simon, I'm going to be messaging her about that one. She somehow was able to hold it. And then everything turned off except one player, Blossoms, tried to recognize it was still on. And absolutely leveled us. So they're going to go back for the penalty here. And they are setting score. Remains 7-all. It is early days. Big, big changes here to the TNT squad. But they're going to tap and look to go. Here comes Cayman Island. And she slams it up again. I want to say that's Thomas. And here goes Thomas. Almost there. Everyone getting over. Might be there again. Let's see. Can we get a number on it there, Kaelan?
Not sure just at the moment, Flubber.
It might be number 27. We'll see if we can get a number or a name. I would love to highlight that young lady. What a performance. Here we go again. Take a look at your screen. Looks like Big Murray. My apologies. Murray, I owe you a drink for that one. And here comes that Clay. Gets it back up into her hands. Number 27. Do we have it there? Yes. Is that Norland? Yes, it is. That's the hooker. Maura Norland for Cayman Islands pushes them out in front 12-7 with the kick to come. Number 21. That's Hartley. Hasn't she been exceptional today? And Cayman Islands are here to play. And the TNT coaches on the side, they're looking on. I mean, they knew that Cayman Islands was bringing a squad, but this is getting concerning. Are they going to have to turn to the bench sooner than they'd liked? And here she goes. Hartley converts again. My goodness, Rachel Hartley, and you can't hear it here, but the Cayman supporters are absolutely losing it. What a performance. Coming to TT after that massive victory against Mexico, and the TNT players are looking around. Somebody's got to take ownership now. Jade Husbands looks to get the ball in hand. She's going to look to kick off. And she does, and it does go to 10. Are they going to get somebody under it? They do. It's well secured. And she steps 1, and she beats the first. Gets down, and here comes that Claire. Cayman Islands have been so good at just setting up. And here comes that big ball carrier again, Murray. Murray slams it up and gets her hands free. And she breaks, and she's well through. Can she get somebody on her outside shoulder? Yes, she does. And she pushes off one, almost on the 22. Support coming there, but it looks like Viola Jack gets her hands on it. Number 2 for TNT. And she stays on her feet long enough to get the supporters there. Gets her knee down. She knows the laws. And here comes Blossom Stewart out to Electra Dennis. Dennis slams one up. Carries third, and they're starting to roll. If they could push to the right, it's on now. Blossom taking a while to adjust, but here we go. And here comes T.S. Davis. Davis. Oh, Abigail. She wants to get it off. And can they finish it now? She smartly takes it, and she didn't have confidence in her hands. And they get close again back into the Cayman Islands half. Blossom Stewart back again. Injuries starting to come fast and furious. Look at the physicality. She's being slammed back. This is no friendly, folks. Cayman Islands are here to play. Blossom looks to feed it again. Jade Husbands. And she looks to dink over. Is anybody there? Fullback taking a while to adjust. She just gets there. knocked backwards there. She doesn't want to give her a penalty. Smartly done there by Cayman Islands, and they pick and go right into the traffic, getting that defense to push back, and TNT having some trouble adjusting. They're looking to push to the left now. Just use that big ball runner. Steps back inside, right into traffic, and they look to go again. Electra Dennis tries to get over it. Did she get her hands on it? Yes, she did. But was she playing the advantage still? She's turning to the assistant, and it is. They're going to go back for the penalty, and Cayman Islands. What is going on? What is in these ladies? I believe that's Pink with ball in hand. Daniel Pink. Forgive me again for everybody back home in Cayman, who I just got a team sheet about 3 minutes ago, so please bear with me and forgive us. We are so thankful for you all coming. What a squad you all have put together for this team. I would say it again. Tegan Fletcher on one wing, Hannah Height on the other. I would love to see her get an opportunity to run an open field. I don't think TNT is ready. And another injury for TNT. From where I'm sitting, it might be Simon, who's the inside center. She's had a great game so far as well. Just flicking through some team sheets as we're talking. Please bear with me. Yeah, Kyla Simon. She would be a massive loss. She was an absolute star for against Mexico as well. And her little partnership there with Viola Jack, who's wearing number 2, of course represents the Rainbow Rugby Club here in TNT. So all these changes to TNT squad, they're having a little bit of trouble again with transition ball. Need to get a little bit of ownership there. Somebody's got to be that voice. Blossom, as great as she is, athletic as she is getting around the park, she is holding on to that ball that little bit longer. Jade Husband's having a little bit of trouble, and here we go, Cayman once again, and is that Murray who slams it up. We'll have to get a name on that soon. She's bought big yards again, and Pink working them over. Another big carry, but she knocks it on, and it's TNT ball. What are they going to do here? You know, it was knocked on there, and TNT picked it up, but you would like to see them want to use that advantage and not just go back for the scrum, recognizing that you have that chance to move it. And of course, all the players for Cayman are set up offensively, so they're way off the defensive line. So let's see it again. TNT setting up inside their own half, just on the 10. Blossom Stewart wearing number 7, ball in hand, and let's see these engagements coming in. Kanisha Vincent looks to be in charge of the action here. She's actually a TNT player, refereed all over the Caribbean, continues to excel. In my opinion, one of the best referees in the region. And here it comes out. Somehow TNT managed to control it. Husbands pick up. She's looking to push it now, and here's Simon. Out once more, and another mistake by TNT, but it's loose there. How does she pick it up? And again, they're not going to play the advantage and go back for the scrum, and it's only 22. Cayman still up 14-7, and it is theirs to win it at this phase. Richard Staglan looks on. He is not thrilled, and he's pointing to the bench. Is something going to happen soon? TNT are not playing. It's all friendly until you're behind. Adi Ennis King, Trinidadian in Cayman Island, is messaging me. He's having a great time up there in the fraternity. Let's take a look once more at Cayman Islands. Conversions there by Hartley. She's been exceptional. Once again, look at that setup there by Cayman Island. So tight. They're just going to look ahead. Another 8-man pick. That's what I'm talking about. So the fly half is nice and tight. Here we go. She picks and straightens right back inside. She has been absolutely outstanding today. Right inside the 22 options, both sides. They're going to look to push it to the right. No, they change it smartly. Go into the left to the supporter. There's Piso again. She carries it in. Sets up that next ruck, but TNT propeller backwards, and they're looking comfortable. They're setting their line, and here it goes. They look to push again. Number 27. That's Maura Norland. I believe she scored the last try, and it is another penalty at the ruck. That is about the 7th penalty against TNT. They're getting a little bit desperate and getting a little bit silly. Another big carry. I believe that's Murray. She has been brilliant carrying it up for Cayman Islands, and they look to set her body position as a little wanting, but it is there again. And another big carry by the 8-man. That's McCarthy. Some big carries from scrum time. She's getting involved now off the ruck. And here she goes again. Passes it. She's got a chance. Oh, and the winger just unable to hold it. And it's a turnover, and TNT survive right on the 5-meter line. It's the bend, don't break defense. But no, it's an advantage to Cayman Islands, and it's right in front of the post. You'd think they were going to take the points here, just get beyond that 7-point advantage. But no, They're looking to tap and pass. Here we go, and there's the mistake. That's exactly what you're talking about. The points are on off right in front of the post. Push the lead out once again, make it a 10-point lead beyond a converted try. And that's a little bit of inexperience there for the Cayman Island women. Now, I just want to make sure that is Murray. She's done so much brilliant ball carrying. No, actually, that is the flanker. I'm now being educated. My apologies. That might be Otumba. So I apologize to her for that one. She has done so much great work carrying up the ball. I will get educated shortly about that. So TNT ball, another massive scrum from Cayman Islands, and it is collected as it's going back, and somehow Blossom gets it out. Here's Jade Husband. She slams it upfield, but it's not gone too far. It's there, it's in the 22 still, and she collects it, and here's that chance she wanted, right on the 5. One clear if it could come, options both ways. And she slowly steadies. There's Pink again, looking around at the options. Goes to the left, and here's another massive carry, and is she over? Let's see the call from Kanisha Vincent. No, it's still there for Cayman Islands. Options both ways. TNT having trouble adjusting, and it is. Let's just make sure. I would hate to call a try. So they are coming back here. So again, I apologize, having some trouble with my numbers. Is it a try? Well, I'll leave it up to my partner in crime up here to help me judge that. I did think they were over and I declared it down. We'll find out. Yes, it is. It is a try. And it's number 5, I believe. I will confirm shortly. But Tegan Fletcher, doesn't she look chuffed? Or might be number 4, actually. Will confirm shortly. Well, you're all back at home in Cayman Islands. You'll have to forgive me. We're still working on that number, but here comes Fletcher again. Just pushes it to the right. So the score remains 19-7 to Cayman Islands. And TNT still, of course, in the first half. But they're getting a little mountain to climb here. And Cayman Islands are getting more and more confident. I really need to highlight that ball carrier there. She's at the front there for Cayman Islands. I believe in retrospect, besides which my notes are telling me, I want to say that's Matumba. So it goes over her head there. It goes to Fletcher again. And once again, she breaks. She has been world class here today. She carries it in smartly and places it perfectly. Here's Pink. Pink being instructed to go to the right, and they're going to use her again. That's Piasso, I believe. She steps back inside, and she sets down. Big counter up coming, but Fiola Jack's a little bit late. Here she goes. That's the ball carrier. That's number 1. That's Murray. There she is. That is Murray. She had a few knock-ons today, but when she gets control of that ball, she is a freight train of talent. And she's been very good. Her and Piasso as well. Of course, also some problems up front for TNT. And we look again as they set. Haven't had a chance to call their names too much, but that's more my fault than theirs. But the 2 second rows for Cayman Islands, Jade Barney. She's had a pretty good performance there as well. And is it Zoe Wells? Well, quite a partnership. We hope to see them continue to grow together. Here's Blossom Strut for TNT. Feeds very straight. Is brought back, but pressure comes again from Cayman. Fed out there to Husbands, and she looks to go. There's Simon. Way deep ball. Yes, that's Viola Jack. Viola Jack is going to throw and go. You know she's going to do it. And she's through. Does she have a chance now to settle herself? She wants to go herself. Back inside. And nobody's there. It's loose. It's still anybody's ball, and it's collected by TNT. Is that T.S. Davis? And it is a try for TNT. Number 21. Let's get a name on it. Where are we? Number 21. Might have come on there from the bench. Yes, it's Kitara Monroe. Who else but Kitara Monroe scores for TNT? She refuses to stay off that try sheet. There she is again. Viola Jack makes the break, looking all too classy. Gets one hand free, saw it inside, just couldn't get it free there at the number 10. But she knows the law, she knows what she could do. There she is again. Monroe gets through, gets there, and gets to the white line. Pretty classy, Carlin, wouldn't you say?
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
And here she goes. That's Dennis Electra Dennis. Wouldn't we love to see her convert this now? Brought back into the squad at 8, and here she goes. Dennis. Oh, Dennis, you legend. Bringing the score to 19-14. Not the most traditional kicking stance, but there she goes. And Dennis, well. Talent galore, and this game is back on. So Cayman looking to make their way. I think they're making some substitutions as well. I'll tell you something, Cayman before the game, they were warming up for about an hour and a half. I don't know how they still have legs after that warm-up. My good friend Kelson Figaro rejoining us here in commentary. And a kickoff again for Fletcher. Fletcher pushes it very deep. It's a hard kick to maintain. And if she takes some time, that's Fiola Jack, who returns it, but all the way back inside. And it might be recovered. No, it bounces. And TNT pressure coming. Pink tries to get on it, but she's met. And a tackle inside came off, but they're playing the advantage. And they've got options both ways.
Trinidad and Tobago just trying to return the favor in terms of pressure. But the ball seems to be playing on.
Another big carry here by Piasso. He settles it. One thing about Pink, she's really listening to her forwards about what she wants. And another big carry there. That's Laura Stefan. Pink settles it again. Taking a little while to set this time. And out, I believe that's Murray. It is. And Murray making them pay, getting the yards, working their way. She is a unit. And they're looking to roll, and it's a huge overlap to the left if they could use Fletcher. She knows what she wants, and it's in her hands. And here we go again. She's going to cut back inside. No, she's going to continue going. Can't she get around her? She eventually pulls back inside, and a slight knock on.
It seems to be Jazz Gray on that run there. She did all the work herself. All the work. If you take a look at the replay here, Cayman just busting through as they slow it down on the breakdown, looking for the room. And we see ball shifts out to Jazz Gray. And she does what she does best. Steps in, steps out. But Katara Monroe chasing hard. Eventually TNT got there, but this chin just losing the ball in the height. TNT put into the scrum.
Yeah, I've been blown away impressed with Jazz Gray here today. First centre option. She just injects so much pace when she gets it and allows everybody outside to just flatten their line. It is brilliant. I watched her play, but I'll tell you something. She tried to match up there against our superstar, Katara Monroe, and I don't think she's recognized that pace before. Here we go, TNT ball. And Blossom once again makes it look too easy. Jade Husband, she gets it. And here's Simon with the switch. Simon back inside to Jack this time. And she gets it loose, and another 50-50 pass goes begging, and it's another knock on.
Coach Stagler will be holding his head in this one. Excellent switch. Smash the ball up, made the yards. And we take a look at the replay here. TNT just unable to finish it, and again we're trying to get all those plays in one go. TNT needs to learn how to recycle the play, keep possession, slow it down. Tons of time left, just about halfway mark. TNT needs to go into the sheds, and they were trying to get a score before that halftime whistle.
1,000,000% playing in your half. You definitely just want to get out, at this score, only 5 down, and here's another chance for Pink. They're going to use their runner behind Jazz Ball, and here comes the winger who can't get around her again, but they clear, setting it up so quickly. Look at this again. Pink getting that option. You're seeing it rolling around, and she slams it up, and another loose pass. The only criticism I have of both these sides is the insistence to pass dirty ball out instead of just setting up that ruck. But TNT ball now, and they're starting to roll. Their options to the right. It is addressed, and here we go. One more if she can. No, she straightens it back inside, and she looks to break. And she eventually takes it up, and she's brought there. Here's Blossom. She wants to go herself. No, she uses it. Slammed up again, and smartly brings down. Blossom gets over it just to reset. No pick and goes so far. Everybody just looking to use one-off passes, and they do look to go. One off. Gets her knee down, and she loses the ball. And picked up and moves smartly. Here's Murray. Here's Jazz again. She goes, straightens, accelerates. Down and covered well by number 14. That's Fletcher. And another carry by Murray. My goodness. I'm going to have to congratulate Murray for this performance here today. Always a willing ball carrier. Does everything right just to push them back. And another carry, this time by Jade Barney. Inside the 22. And Pink gets over it. But it's getting dirty. She's got to work it. And TNT might get a counter ruck here. If they can. No, unfortunately. Illegally done so.
TNT trying to do a lot of work, and the TNT number 6, Jerice Cole, is working effortlessly. It's the number 6 for TNT. She's really tackling, getting back on her feet quickly, but just her teammates are letting her down with that penalty infringement. Seems to be Pink gonna look to get us going back to the big Shamara McCarthy to try to bully her way through this one.
Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised they didn't try for that kick. They've been really good there with Hartley, but it carried in again. Pink taking a little long even when it's clean, but here we go. Out very wide. There's the danger woman. Can't she get on it? She does. Could she get her hands free? She does now. One more. And the winger steps back inside. She's meters out. And they're looking to clear. One more pick and go. We thought they should use it, and they did. TNT adjusting. Electra struggling to get back there. One more pass. And they break. TNT struggling. Can they adjust and get into halftime at this score? 19-14. Cayman Islands, they need it now. They're adjusting. Who else but Murray wants the opportunity? And Pink is slammed back. They're starting to line up. They just got to be patient. Oh, and she knocks it on. The line was begging Kelson. Oh, my goodness.
Just took a look at the replay. White line fever. You're seeing the try before it happens. Just losing the basics. They're looking at the play before it happens. Taking her eyes off the pill. The ball just rumbles, and it seems to be halftime here at the Larrigum Stadium.
Yes, that's it. So the score remains Cayman Islands 19, TNT 14. Larrigum Stadium. We will be back. And we're back here at Larry Gomes Stadium, this friendly match between TNT versus Cayman Islands. TNT, of course, in the red and black. Cayman Islands in the white and blue. It has been a fantastic game. Cayman with that little advantage there, 19-14. They just gave away that last try right at the end. TNT about to kick off. I actually just heard an interesting fact coming in. I'm trying to get some names and numbers to see if they've made any changes. We are up here in the booth. We appreciate your patience with us. We see Blossom Stewart has remained on the field. And Jade Husbands, who is starting fly half for TNT. I saw a cute little 8-month-old baby outside, and I just understand that that is hers. She is 8 months since having her child, and she's back on the field having a stellar performance already. It is unreal. TNT kickoff is high and hanging, going deep to none other than number 30, that's Zoro Matumba, who carries it up strongly, and Pink there again settles it down, and it is a penalty rolling through the breakdown. A big problem. A lot of times the tacklers have trouble getting out. You cannot roll into the scrum half there. You just got to make your way to the side. And TNT being spoken about, it's been a recurring problem, stopping it right at the beginning of the half. Of course, the lady in charge of the action there is Vincent, one of the best referees in the Caribbean, far less TNT. Kanisha Vincent. And here we go again, the ball in the hand of Rachel Hartley, who has had a brilliant game at fly half for Cayman Islands. I am so impressed with their structural play from those scrums as well, straightening off with those 8-man picks. She gets so involved. And is she throwing into the line out as well? Is there anything she can't do? So Cayman Islands, well collected. It does go back. No, TNT get it now. And they start to rumble forward. And it's another penalty. Not supporting your body weight appears to be the call, and Blossom Stewart looks to tap and go. They're not looking for those easy yards. They finally do, and it is a little bit of an untraditional kick. Makes about 3 yards, and Kelvis Figaro marks it there. I believe incorrectly. Did she tap it and kick it? Well, no, it's correctly there. Kelvis has his arm going to the right for Cayman, but I do believe it's TNT ball. That looks like Special Ryan. She was my lady of the match against Mexico. And they do a little trick play. Brings it down smartly. And she gets over the ball. Blossoms short. It is a long ball out. And here we go. Big run up here. Taking it. Can she set it up? She doesn't want to throw anything loose. She stays on her feet long enough for the support to come once more. And there's an option to the left. Blossom. Out wide. That's Simon. She wants to go very wide. Looks like Fiola Jack, who's back inside again. Chipped over, there's nobody home. Can't she get there? Sits up for her, and it's collected. Number 21 for TNT. Let's get a number on that. We're looking all around. And who else but once again, Katara Monroe. She has got a double. Let's see it there again. She gets it, recognizes absolutely no fullback coverage. Chips over it, always somehow sits up for these brilliant players. And Katara Monroe has got a double, and does a little whine as well. Well done, Katara, entertaining the crowd.
It's got a big piece of excellence from Katara, seeing that space in the backline and taking opportunities when they come. That's the kind of excellence that we are looking for on the Trinidad and Tobago women's team.
100%, and unfortunately, even though it's right in front of the post, a little bit of a miscue, and it looks like TNT has missed that kick. I'm going to get a number on it. I believe it was number 18. Changes coming. That might be Maggie. Will confirm shortly. So TNT has leveled the score 19 all. These changes have come in, as I've mentioned, Special Ryan already. Trying to get some numbers on this team. That is number 22, Special Ryan. Kicked it deep over the head. Eventually collected there. She's taking a little bit longer, and the pressure comes, and she's slammed over. Special Ryan, though, dives on it. And Cayman looking to counter, but she does not look like she's supporting her body weight, and the referee agrees with me. Her knees were all over the ground. Tried to play it, and TNT could use a little break. Settles it right down. You think they're just going to take this line out? The kicker, Nicolette Panther, is not available, so another 3-yard gain off the kick. Not exactly what you want. And Richard Stagland smiles and shakes his head. But that's what these fixtures are all about, testing out these combinations. So, can Cayman stay with these changes from TNT? They've made a few adjustments as well. We'll call some names as we continue. A lift, but it's not straight. And it is collected. There's Murray have it. No, it's back to TNT. And who else but Special Ryan collects? She slams it up. Taking in about 7 players. And if they could get a quick clear, it is going to go to the left. It is Blossom Stewart. She recognizes it. They might want to clear. The fullback is pushing way up and is out of position. But she lets it bounce. And here comes that pressure. It might be Monroe again. She's running out of time. And she's met strongly all the way back. Almost by her 22. But it is high, unfortunately. And Monroe... Uh-oh, folks. Oh, Monroe gets a yellow card. And she shakes her head in disbelief. So, a little bit of a get-out-jail-free card for Cayman Islands. But you see, she was coming up and she slammed right into the side of her head there. And Cayman Islands have to utilize this opportunity. The danger woman known as Kitara Monroe is off the field. It goes out. That's Piasso again. She's had a good game. Hands in the ruck, and it is an advantage. So this is a chance here. No need to force. Smartly done. Takes it right in. Gets over it again, and they're back inside TNT's half. Pink getting over the ball. 1 out pass. There's Hartley. Wants to go. Straightens again. But it's on the ground. Can they collect and go? They do. Number 28, Jazz Gray. Stellar performance. But they need to settle it now as TNT's bench is starting to take control. There's number 8, that's McCarthy. She's been a good ball carrying option as well for these young ladies. As that Murray setting up for the umpteenth time. No, that's number 37. I believe that's Zoe Wales. So Pink getting over. There is Hartley pushing it. And who else but Jazz Gray? She's looking to step. Good partnership with her and Chinne today. And number 14, that's Fletcher, making them work. You'd love to see in space. Pink settles it down. TNT, no real counter ruck coming in. And she straightens it up again. And stolen. TNT ball. But it is a earlier knock on, and they're going to go back for the advantage. TNT up in the physicality off the bench. And it is still anyone's game. Early in the second half, 19 all. TNT fans getting into it on the sideline. I wish you were here to support it. To all of Cayman Rugby back home, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tolerating us here. Robert Flubstone and Blossom Stewart is making the sub. She's coming off. Will be interesting to see how TNT are going to make this change. And isn't she happy? Back in the national fray. Is Viola Jack going to take a place back there? No, it looks like Shoshana Mason will confirm shortly, wearing number 9. Well, you'll have to forgive me. I'll just have to assume from here that it is Shoshana Mason. So another player that has to utilize this opportunity today to get back in the fray. TNT options galore. The amount of local clubs that have popped up and excelling in women's rugby, all these local tournaments have been unreal.
George coming into the scrum off a substitute.
Yes, that's right. Thank you as well. Being highlighted there to me. Ornella George coming on. Just see where she's fitting in. Is she at 8? Oh, in second row, of course. Where else? I believe Ornella means Japanese flower, but don't quote me on that. I don't actually have any note, and it is a free kick. TNT, I believe she was saying, foot already in the channel. And Cayman looking to see how they want to utilize it. Some of the ball carrying for Cayman has just been so unbelievably impressive. But they force that one. Commentator's curse, of course. She gets over the ball. Does appear to be TNT's. It is. That's Viola Jack. She knows the rules. Going one out there. Shoshana getting involved. Looking to push it now. And they've got a chance. That looks like Ornella. George getting involved in the action. Stays in, thankfully. And here comes Shoshana. Looking to use it. Looks like Abigail somehow goes back. Everything working in TNT's favor. Met in contact. Cayman Islands, but a big overlap to the left. They have to adjust quickly. And they're taking a lot of time. Here we go. Special Ryan. She opts to carry it and breaks. But it's so on to the left. TNT need to flatten this line now. And push 2 out. Here we go. Simon to Fiola. It's a 2-on-1. Can she use it? And it knocked on out of bounds. Well, it was on and TNT recognized it. They just couldn't put it into places. Of course, it's the first game for some of these ladies. A lot being brought on, finally given that opportunity. Here, of course, with Carlon in commentary. He's helping me out, putting all these names to numbers as we are working through the madness. TNT friendlies are back, TNT rugby, and I wish you could see one of the Cayman players are making her way off after a great game, and she is being appreciated by this crowd. Her coach is giving her a big hug. Hopefully she turns, oh, she's waving to the crowd. She's loving life. That looks like number 1. Is that Murray? Oh, what a great job she's done carrying the ball here today. Big future to come. I hope I see her in TNT again. And TNT getting ready defensively. A little bit more depth there. So interesting. 4 Cayman Islands. And they look to set. And here they go again. Hartley. Wide ball to Jax. Can't she get it? She wants to go around. She wants to straighten. Big contact made. If she could have got her hands loose there, that was try every day of the week. Pink settles it right back down to use that ball carrier, but nobody making himself available initially. And there it is finally, number 17. Actually, might be number 37. And it is a penalty. And here comes Jack. She wants to up the tempo. Jack taps and passes. She wants to throw that dummy. No, she uses it. Is anybody there? No, TNT. Number 6 was making her way there for TNT. She came off the bench as well, I believe. No, I apologize. That's Cole, another young player, getting her opportunity finally on the wing. And she's going to be shattered. She didn't have a chance to put that one away. Viola Jack up in the tempo once more. So good to see her back in TNT colours. Took a little hiatus for a year. And once again, Mrs. Do Everything, Rachel Hartley, with a brilliant line-out throw. And they're looking to use at 6s and 7s, but number 4 smartly carries it up. And here comes Cayman, pushing it, but no option available. And it goes all the way back to Rachel Hartley, who just punches it downfield, hoping for a miracle. And it does bounce, and it's still there. They could play it. But what is the call? Was it that the kickers were in front? I apologize, looking down at my notes there. And it was, I believe the kickers were in front. I mean, the chasers were in front of the kicker. And looks like Simon getting over the ball now. Kayla Simon, hasn't she been brilliant at inside centre? She's moved around. She has great hands. Here comes O'Nella George, the police officer. And she's being escorted back. Shoshona, she wants to get over it. Where are those options? TNT starting to force a little bit. It is used, and Special Ryan somehow holds on, but she's got huge options, and it's a forward ball to Special Ryan. One thing about Special, she enjoys carrying it up, she enjoys making space, but it was on, and she got the defense to set their legs. That one-off pass was on, and it was a try every day of the week. But again, she just uses herself so well. Always presents that option of that third and phase rock. Just offers us a ball carrier to take it up, settle it down, let that wraparound come, and gives so much confidence to the rest of the tight 5. So Cayman ball, and even though the score is tied, and even though it's a yellow card for Cayman, playing with that advantage, TNT pushing him off the ball, looking to be dominant. Here comes Pink. Those substitutions have made a big, big difference. Number 28, once again, that Jazz Gray, one of the standout performers, is met by Viola Jack. We've got some talent as well. Sorry, that's Kayla Simon. And she's looking around, and no willing ball carriers just yet. That's the loss of Murray. And they just go right behind the rock. That's not the option she wanted, but number 30 carries it up for. Another phase, Pink. They're taking their time to set. That is the option. When you have that tight 5 player who always just wants it, settles it, everything functions so efficiently off it. And with Murray coming off, they're having some trouble adjusting, but here she goes. There's Fletcher again, tackled on her own 5-meter line. TNT very comfortable not contesting those rocks. Right there, even now, you'd think they would want to push it, force the scrum half to do. Another one-off pass. That's number 17. And they set Pink. Using, that's the other prop, but it is knocked on, but it is offside is the call. That's Kayla Simon. Talk about allowing you to get away with murder. Why would you give away a penalty in that situation? Force them to do something special. Force them to play out of their territory. Don't give them that easy option. They did about 5 hands in the rocks. Now coming in from offside position. And Pink is going to slow it right down. And here comes Piasso. Wants to use it, but again, no Murray. Big problems. Tackle on 5. Worth her weight in gold. Needing that tight 5 option. Who's going to make herself available? Eventually, Fletcher finally calls for some ownership and slams it upfield, but it does not go very far. And it's a TNT line out inside the 22. Folks at home, recognize what a tight 5 player does as a carrying option. They are everything in this short game, especially when you have stagnant ball. You need somebody to get that defense to step back. The moment they can set and press on you offensively, that's when you're under all these problems. And TNT now, what are they going to do? Special Ryan at hooker. Interesting, even if Cayman Islands are going to contest this one here, it looks like they're going to be comfortable. So you think they're just going to want to do a 2 and set it. Get everybody bunched and get those numbers in. Remember, they are missing one of their wingers. And number 18, Maggie. Oh, I apologize. Number 26, Al Ebanks. Is she coming off there? She's going on. My apologies. And a big replacement there. The Cayman Islands player coming off. I pray she turns so I could recognize her. She's had a good performance as well. So they're going to try to increase the ball carriers. And it is stolen. Cayman ball. A little bit of an error off that tap off the top. And again looking. And Kyla tried to exploit it. And it is another penalty. And it is a second offside. And it is a yellow card. I apologize. That is Ornella George. So a second yellow card, and this time for the substituted player. The Japanese flower is going to have to be planted back on the bench. So Cayman, for as much trouble as they're having, just resetting themselves, just having that option. Nobody there, and the ball trickles in. They are back in the TNT half. They can't steal it. 56 minute. Line out ball again. Katara is back. Can sanity prevail? She just works so well. She actually represented the West Indies women's team as well. She is a phenom, and she's such a student to the game. You just see her rotate so well when she's playing fullback or she's playing wing. Speak into her options. Using an off turnover ball. She recognizes the danger. Here we go. Shoshana, can she get it free? She looks to go herself. She's going all the way herself. Around completely. Is she going to force it? Out wide to Fiola Jack. One more. Again it bounces. And who else but Katara Monroe? I tell you, she always is involved. Chips over. And she's going to apply pressure. Fletcher tries to get back and beats Monroe. And now she breaks. Fletcher does not throw it. Goes down. And here comes that clean. Pink slows it all the way down. And they're going to use it one more over. And am I crazy? Or is Murray back on the field? No, that's number 17, sorry. That's, I want to say Davies. And it's a TNT penalty. And Kyla Simon out. Oh, big tackle there. Cayman Islands are here to win. And it looks like she got over, and she did, you know. Big performance. And who else? Ladies and gentlemen at home, was there ever any doubt that that's Jazz Gray in those yellow boots? And I want to say stockings. Bear with my ignorance. But what an option to have at first center. That explosion of pace. Getting over as well. And Cayman, recognizing that they need ball carriers, are starting to implement some. Here we go. One out wide. Jax gets it free again. Options now. And here comes that explosion. Cayman getting over it. She picks again. Smartly she was released. And TNT rolling back into the scrum half again. She's got to be careful with that. Another carry. Slams it up. Oh, beautiful work. Well done again. Here comes Pink. Pink offloads. Number 8. That's McCarthy. She explodes into it. Pink recognizes her options. Being tackled. I want to say that's Fields. And it is out of bounds. TNT back on the half. 19 all. Who is going to take this game? Getting closer to that 60-minute mark. 20 minutes left. I sit here with my commentary team from 360 TV and Carlon, helping me with these names and numbers. I could not live without him. God bless the man. Exiles Rugby Club. Remember the name. Might be playing for the TNT men's national team one day. Special Ryan to throw in. 19 all. Cayman. They look to just go to the front and settle it. They know what they want. The entire back line looks to set. Here comes Husbands again. And Abigail smartly carries. This is the phase play they want. And Cayman is trapped. Tries to show that she made every effort to get there. And here we go. Katara gets it free to Fiola, who dismantles one. Just was held in the second. And here comes that Claire. It is there for Simon. And she feeds back inside to Special Ryan. Special indeed. Always carrying, sucking in defenders. Here comes that rock. Oh, one out. It is a huge overlap if you can see it. And it is on. Did it go back? Can't she get it one more? And here comes the speed demon, number 20. Who else but Fields, Alicia Fields, never in doubt. Well, we'll take a look again at the highlight. Thanks to 360, she somehow got it loose. Had a lot of work to do. Pink tried to cover, gave her a little stutter step, and a gentle finish by old Alicia Fields. So TNT have broken the deadlock. It is up to 24-19 with the kick to come. And it does look like number 19, Kyla Simon. We're here, of course, with Sumi Speaks, the legend. Kalon 360 Sports TV. And we're having a good time in TNT Larry Gomes Stadium. This is the third game. It brings the whole fraternity together. 2 TNT senior men's fixtures immediately followed by the curtain closer. 20 more minutes. We are going to be back shortly. For Callan and Robert Flubstone, we appreciate you all being here with us. We will be back.
And we're back after the water break here at Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima. It's TNT versus Cayman Islands. TNT hold a slender 24-19 lead over the Cayman Islands. I'm Kelson Figaro alongside the man who needs no introduction, Robert Stone. Mouth-watering stuff in this women's action so far.
But this is everything we wanted in this friendly fixture and more.
Hartley gets us underway. Straight to the hands of Oliver. She runs up to the 10-meter line, being stopped by McCarthy. TNT just trying to build on this one. A special run shoves her way, pushing forward, charging to the halfway line is TNT. just making sure and slow it down. Substitute Shoshana Mason comes on, acting as scrum half, pops it at her teammate Chantel Charles, and she makes no gain in the take-up, but TNT lose possession, just not keeping their feet. Extra roll maybe.
Yeah, it's a little bit trouble in there, and Cayman Islands interesting to see if they're going to tap and go. They are, and they're looking to explode. No, not from the mark, so they're going to have to slow it right back down. They actually had a little bit of advantage at scrum. I don't know if taking off Murray is going to make any change to that, but here they go again. Big Gary, and they slam it up once more. Pink getting over the ball. Options now available, and she goes.
Cayman Islands on the attack, just pushing into the TNT 22 as Pink shoots it out to Hartley. Hartley uses the boot, but Qatar Monroe is sweeping, but it's Jazz Gray coming for the ball. Monroe knocks it on the pickup, and Jazz Gray, the opportunist, just picks it up in the contact. TNT lose the ball in the knock-on. Great pressure and great kick by Hartley.
Yeah, good positional play again by Monroe, but it just bounced into, and so much pressure there from Jazz Gray, who's just been outstanding once again for Cayman. You're seeing the pressure. Just taking a look now, some of these Cayman girls, they are just absolutely loving life, screaming, having a great time. This is everything you think about for a Caribbean tour. We are so thankful they came down here. And this is it, Kelson. It is 17 minutes left. Only an unconverted try left. Can Cayman Islands steal it and have the TNT scalp to go back home with?
It's Pink getting for Cayman, but strong scrum by TNT. Advantage signal by the referee, it seems. No, she just play on into the hand of Husbands. She dinks one high in the air, but Cayman is ready for it. Just knocking it on there. It seems to be an instruction called by the referee, just blocking the chasers, and Vincent just calls it back. And impressive from Jade Husbands. Just had a baby 8 months ago and back on the outfit, playing rugby, just showing you how strong these women are, putting their bodies on the line for the sport they love.
It is quite exceptional, and they're going again. I thought they would use the kick, but they're looking to use hands. Monroe now.
Monroe dinks one high in the air. TNT unable to gather, but snatched up by McCarthy. The big, powerful McCarthy. Loves CrossFit, loves working out, and you can see it out there as Cayman tried to hit the short side. TNT up for the task as Cayman slows it down, just gathering themselves, keeping possession as Pink shoots it out to the forward. Big bump. Jade Husbands unable to catch that big run, but Cayman has possession, just streaking towards that 22-meter mark as Gray loops around, looking for the ball, finds Chen, looking for the room out wide, just one more to pass. It's a foot race. Can TNT stop the big run from Cayman Islands? 2 red shirts, maybe 3 comes. TNT turned it over. It seems to be Fields from TNT getting this one. TNT shifts it to the hands of Monroe. The speed for TNT gets going, bumps into one. She carries the ball up to the 22-meter mark. TNT on the go forward ball. Just a bit slow to get out now. Shoshana Mason gets it to Husbands. She looks out wide into the hands of Fielder Jack. She shows and goes, trying to wrap around the outside, looking for Cole. Cole back on the inside. Too hot to handle. Cayman Islands is Hartley. She streaks down, steps one, bumps off the other, throws the pass out forward, and TNT stop her just short. Life-saving tackle by Kyla Simon, just 2 meters short as the big forwards try to push their way over. The big number 17 for Cayman Islands is bundled into touch. Excellent work by TNT as the flag goes up by the AR Figaro there.
Yeah, a little bit silly for Trinidad to try that switch in this position, picked up by Cayman Islands. But look at this here. When she had the option to go right, she opted to go in the wrong direction there. She had so much support to the right. She went to the blind, right into the teeth of the beast, and shepherded into touch. That is a huge let off for TNT. We'll see if they could get out now. Of course, it is a big line out.
Trinidad and Tobago in worlds of trouble deep inside their half, going to try to get the boot, but the boot hasn't been great so far, so they may have to use the running option. Seems to be scrum time there. We just missed it there in the conversation, but put in to Cayman Islands, maybe infringement in the line out, maybe taking a bit too long.
Well, I actually think they actually went all the way back for that advantage. It was about several phases, but they went back for the initial knock-on from that switch. So very generous interpretation there. And this is Cayman's chance. 14 minutes left. Pink with ball in hand. Fletcher, outstanding so far today. Hartley, the architect out there. Everything right. Can Jazz Gray finish it off in TNT? Well, they're looking to set, and it's going to start with a scrum.
Hartley, see, there seems to be multiple Hartleys out there. Seems to be number 21 seems to pop up everywhere when needed. Just earlier, she was on the short side trying to run in a try for Cayman Islands. She's been everywhere so far. Definitely one of the standout players for Cayman out today. And the Iron Woman from the Cayman Islands really doing her stuff out there.
Yeah, and I should be highlighting her a lot more. Matomba, she's been involved in everything as well. Big scrum by TNT.
Ball shoots out, Pink unable to handle, just fumble in the pickup. Shoshona Mason just putting her under all sorts of pressure there. The winger unable, Hannah unable to pick it up on the floor. TNT get the put into the scrum and just chipping away at the time on the clock, giving TNT that advantage.
Yeah, one thing I'll say as well, some of the substitutes that came on for TNT, Oliver in that second row has made a massive difference to the stability of the scrum, and Special Ryan at hooker. Two very, very special players going forward. And let's see if they could close it out here for TNT.
Unsure if TNT's back to the full complement. Remember the yellow card earlier in this one. Winella Joe just being pinged for the deliberate knock-on as TNT gets the set scrum back underway. Looking for Husbands. She's going to put it to the boot. Just behind the Cayman team into space, and the ball is rolling. Proper contest for the ball, but she slipped through like a magician. Cayman is on the way, but eventually the solid wall of TNT gets her stopping. Cayman Islands looking for that go-ahead try. Ordered into the hands of Hartley. She shows and goes, gets it out to Chin. One more pass, trying to wrap her on the outside. TNT pulls the shirt. The referee calls a forward pass, and that just thwarts the Cayman attack.
Yeah, that might have been a chance there for Cayman getting it in that winger's hand. She has been sprightly here today every time. Seems to make the first man miss. Cayman making, this is the last roll of the dice. Last substitutes coming on. And looks like TNT might be making some last changes as well. It is time to close out this game. Some more national talent, big players against Mexico are brought in to finish the job.
Coach Richard Staglin just making a couple of changes, just trying to solidify this lead.
So both teams back to a full complement here, Kelson. They've introduced a lot more kicking by Husbands. They're noticing that their wingers are pressed so high up. They're just leaving the fullback so exposed. They might look to use it again. They're looking very flat. We'll see if they look to push it.
TNT making a couple of changes into the hand of Kyla Simon. She just straightens up the attack. Just what TNT needs to get that go-forward ball. Slow to get out. Eventually into the hands of the captain, T.S. Davis. Just too slow. Too low, sorry, for the captain. As a mistake for TNT.
Yeah, a little bit disappointed. Option taken there by TNT. Playing just in your half. Again, the fullback, they literally have her on an island by herself directly behind every rock. And they just seem to have so much space all over for these TNT wingers to chase. But they're not recognizing it just yet. And they're trying to work that extra phase and that wraparound. And it's just not coming off. Some tired legs out there after a long, long women's season. Mexico and Jamaica. Thanks, of course, to these fraternities bringing in and accepting TNT. Well, the entire Caribbean rugby has just exploded. And it's so great to see where all these programs have come.
Just about 10 minutes left in this one. TNT holding the slender lead, 24-19. Just one more time, special shout out to everyone in Cayman Islands taking a look at this one. Also for everyone around the world, just having a good look at test match rugby here in Trinidad and Tobago. That's a big push by the TNT scrum here. Illegally so, as the TNT team goes crashing down. Penalty to Cayman Islands.
Well, I would like to just take a look at that one again. I did think TNT, but here's Jazz again. Uh-oh, Kelson. And under the post, down by a converted try. No, down by an unconverted try, so they could push themselves in the lead now, Kelson. Look at this. Straight through, recognized TNT not getting back. Broke one tackle. Nobody was able to pick her up. Right through and under the post. Try for Jazz Gray.
Trying to be caught napping off the penalty. Everyone turned their backs, and the coach will be pulling what little hair he has left on his head about that mistake. TNT just hemorrhaging their lead as the score is tied 24-all with a kick to come, and this may be a regulation kick for Hartley.
Yeah, Hartley is way too good to miss from right in front of the post, and again, because TNT is not even challenging the kick, they've moved all the way to half-line. She could push it all the way, and here she goes. She's just going to bring out the wedge right in front. Nothing, no problem. Take it all the way to the 5. Absolutely no problem for a woman in her class.
Trinidad and Tobago just allowing Mexico to Cayman Islands, to get all the way back into this one, and Hartley, it's just a walk in the park for her. Slices the uprights, extra 2 points, Cayman in front, 26-24.
Yeah, never in doubt. And a few times where TNT had a penalty right in front of the post and they opted not to take those points, it didn't work out. I always just say this test match rugby, it is so cliche, but if it's right in front of the post, take the points, take the 3, just keep on ticking, make that little advantage. And now Cayman might snatch it at the death. 8 minutes. Do TNT women have anything left in the tank? We're about to find out. Somebody's got to show the leadership right now. Somebody's got to step up and say, ladies, we've come too far. This is our last competitive game of the season for the national team. We've got to do something special now.
And Holly Coleman for Cayman Islands, number 20, is on the sideline, ready to come on. And special mention once more to Mercedes Foy and the whole team in Cayman Islands, just promoting women's rugby as the kickoff comes in. Too hot to handle, just knocked on in the pickup there. Seems to be by the substitute Aubrey Weber. And her first interaction of the game is a knock-on, and she'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, it's a tough way to start the test match. But for some reason today, all these kicks, so many people, not just for these women's games, all day, all the back three has had so much trouble. It's not as windy as I would think. I mean, yes, I'm looking actually at the flags. It is relatively strong, but they're having trouble adjusting, getting under it. And this is it. TNT just on the 22. Options galore, both sides. Keep your eye once again for hat-trick hero, Kitara Monroe.
And the substitute Coleman comes on to the pitch as TNT look to shift it out wide. Dummy play comes into the hands of Kyla Simon. She shoots it out wide to Fiona Jack. TNT has room outside if she can use it. Picks up in hands of the winger. TNT's off the races. Can't get the pass on. It went backward. TNT struggles to pick it up. Cayman Islands are just driving them back. TNT needs to reset. Looking for the forwards into of Kyla Simon. She gets Special Ryan going, but TNT has a massive overlap as into the hands of Onella George, the big 6'2" player from TNT, shifts the ball out wide into the captain's hands. And now it's Alicia Fields. She's going to try to go around the outside as she did earlier. If I have the name correctly, number 20 for TNT. Just Alicia Fields trying to get around the outside there, just ran out of real estate. And it's Cayman putting just short of the 22-meter mark.
Well, Alicia was looking for her double as well, number 20. And she almost got there, but I wish I could only show you. If we expanded that angle there was absolutely no one at home for Cayman Island. A little dink over, and the entire team was running on.
Line out, going a bit scrappy in the try area. Can TNT pin them in? Big hit by Chantal Charles on the Cayman attack, and the ball goes out into touch. Let's see the referee, big blast with the whistle here. They're just going to slow it down and let's see what happens. It's a line out, seems to be put in TNT.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Time is ticking away on TNT. They need to get a safe, secure ball here. Cayman doesn't even look like they're going to contest it too. I would just take it as an easy option. No, they now look to contest. Special Ryan looking to get a little tricky. 4-man line out. Seems that Cayman numbers are wrong.
Line out time for TNT, short, sharp and quick. TNT gets the ground quickly. McCarthy seems to be on the wrong side, just slowing the play down a bit, but TNT eventually gets it out. A big space out wide if TNT can use it. Abigail Adams is smashing the contact. Great work by Cayman, and they are on the attack, looking to get around the outside. It's Hartley picked up in the contact easily by TNT, and the Cayman winger just pops it on the contact. No advantage gained. Scrum time, Cayman Islands.
Well, TNT, Abigail Adams had the ball in her hand and was running a little lateral. Allowed the defenders to come up and make that cover tackle there. Exposing the ball. They had so many ladies out the right, and this is where it is. Everybody just exhausted. Long season. And this is where champions are made. Back to the scrum inside the 22. Watching Cayman's exit strategy now, but it starts with a clean scrum and changes have come. Of course, bigged her up all day. Murray is off. So how are they going to do this one? TNT scrum has been ignited by the changes.
TNT down by 2 points, but just want to say special mention to the development work being done in Trinidad and Tobago. All the age grade teams that feed this national team. As you see, big scrum by TNT, but McCarthy picks and goes, finds Gray. Gray's off, trying to get herself around the outside. Cayman has numbers out wide if they can use it. Slowed down is Pink at the back of the ball. She's looking for Hartley out wide, and Hartley shows and goes with the boot. TNT has someone back there. Clean catch by TNT, and they try to change the kick back to send us to Qatar Monroe. She tries to go on everyone. It's Monroe, one more to beat if she can. She's going to try to take it herself. Qatar Monroe trying to go all the way. She tackled expertly, just 5 meters short. TNT get there, and it's the big Onella George. She smashed in the pickup. TNT accelerating stuff right now. Get the ball to Husband. Husband is looking as TNT confused as what to do. They keep push back 5-10 meters. Great work by Cayman Islands to slow down the play. TNT with space out wide if they can use it. Fielder Jack with the ball. She steps on the loop. Kyla Simons trying to get the ball out wide if she can. She decides to go straight and straighten the play up. TNT just lose that play forward. Penalty advantage taken quickly by Fielder Jack. She's going away. Fielder Jack over for the line. TNT take the lead. Take a bow, Fielder Jack.
Welcome back, Fiolha Jack. It was a matter of time until she got on the score sheet for Trinidad and Tobago again. Hey, you saw it was a penalty. They got to get back. She recognized that everybody was offside. Clean run to the line and try. Earlier though, I mean, brilliant way for Fiolha Jack to finish. But look at what happened there with Monroe got the ball on one side of the field, beat the entire squad, and it was a one-on-one with only one person from Cayman Islands. That person though was Jazz Gray. Jazz Gray with a cover tackle. She has been exceptional. But TNT pulling out the stops. 2 minutes left. Did they convert? I don't believe they did. So TNT only leading by 3 points, Kelson. An unconverted try will win it here for them.
Cayman Islands still have time to come back anyway across the white line will give them the lead. Trinidad and Tobago need to show some grit. And this happened last week as Mexico were able to come in with the last-ditch try late in the game and nearly snatch the victory from TNT and Cayman Islands. All to play for in this exhibition. I would say exhibition match so far. Couple changes from both teams. Trinidad and Tobago once more here, 29-26 over Cayman Islands, just short of the final whistle.
Now, Kelson, you're going to call me a traitor here, but given how well Cayman Islands have played, here's the ideal situation. They kick off, TNT give away a penalty, Hartley scores a penalty, and the game ends 29-29. It's the best way it could possibly happen.
So I just told the producer to take your mic off because we're in Trinidad and Tobago, and that's not what they want to hear. Kickoff comes.
Oh, it wasn't a drop kick. It's a free kick. She kicked it straight out of her hands and gave that free kick to TNT. Oh, no.
Trinidad and Tobago has the free kick here. Foolish mistake. Trinidad and Tobago is in the lead, and they need to slow this down. Remember, the laws have changed. You can't call a scrum off a free kick. And the dead center to TNT would need to use the big bodies and tap and go. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Into the hands of Onella Jack from the Polish Rugby Club. And she smashes her way through, just knocking out a couple defenders. The penalty given, not rolling away in time. And that's Coleman coming on and just giving away the penalty. And it's Jack, the step, the hop step, looking for the room out wide. She's taken to contact. And TNT just slowed the possession down. Onella George picks and goes on the short side again. Big 6'2" frame as they're trying to bundle her into touch. Unsuccessful. Ball back in the hands of Jack as she finds Husbands. Looking to whip it out wide into hands of Monroe. She tries to go through the middle, but snatched in the contact. Great work by Cayman Islands as they try to thwart yet another TNT attack. Slow ball as Trinidad and Tobago looks to find Kyla Simon. She shows the dummy. She tries to go herself. The ball pops out of her hand. Cayman Islands ball, and not the mistake you want to make in this part of the game as the ball slows, as the game slows to a dead stop. Hands on knees stuff by both teams. Not much left in this one as Cayman attack the short side. Hit heavy. Remember, advantage being played to Cayman Islands. Penalty given to TNT. No advantage given. It's the attack player holding on in the contact. And TNT are going to try to just sap the clock and just pop this one into touch and just gingerly walk to the line out.
Well, they have run out of time. It's very, very close. But even from that initial penalty there where Fiolha opted to tap and go, I thought this is exactly what they do. I thought they would let about 25 seconds roll off the clock and then just do a little kick over into touch, have a slow walk to the line out and just burn out those last few seconds just to squeeze out this great win here against Cayman Islands. One more line out, Kelson. Can they do it?
Well, we're all in the referee's time right now. 3 points of difference. Trinidad and Tobago taking too long. The referee Vincent is not patient with this one. Cayman Islands gifted back the free kick, and these are the mistakes that can cost you games.
Yeah, it's a very, very big error, and you don't expect that from TNT, especially at this stage here. So one more roll of the dice for Cayman Islands. Let's see what they could do.
Quick tap and go, big run through the middle. TNT needs tons of red shirts to get her down. It seems to pop out through the side, and TNT has possession. Gets it looking for the wing out wide, smashed in the contact. As we see a Cayman player is down as the referee just halts the play, gives her time for the medics to get in, and there's tired bodies out here, and these are sometimes when people pick up injuries just short of the final whistle. We hope she's okay. We never want to see this in rugby, and we hope that everyone has enough support and prayers that she gets and bounce back on her feet and keeps going in this one.
1,000,000%. You know, the great thing about us taping these games and having it available for all these squads to use back as a reference is especially when they look back and they recognize sometimes when Cayman wingers have completely pressed up, even if fullback wasn't available, just do a little dink over. It is open territory. You're playing in extra time. Play it, force them to come out of their half, out of their 22, out of their 5-meter line. But TNT always want to force that pass. Even when she stepped back inside, she wanted to do that 50-50 ball. This is not the time you need a score. You just need to close out the game. Again, she's looking like she's able to sit up, thank God. I just think might be maybe even a little sting. I know her elbow maybe, but hopefully nothing too serious. The Cayman Island players getting some last water. This is the last roll of the dice there for sure. And then it's on to a great evening as a rugby fraternity.
Well, as we take a wide shot of this pitch, excellent facility, multi-sport facility here in Trinidad and Tobago is the Larry Gomes Stadium, named after the famous West Indies cricketer, known for his sure batting and sure stance in Test cricket in what we say the West Indies heyday of cricket back in the 80s. And so we're going to say just special mention to everyone who knew Surrey, such an excellent sportsman, and he's champion in this arena in terms of where we are located in Arima here.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Having this game and play at this location is a special, special thing. We hope it's the first of many fixtures against Cayman Islands. This looks like a rivalry. Well, Kelson, we're getting into extra time. Could I ask you if you have a lady of the game?
Well, it'll be hard asked from both teams, but so far we're going to say that person is Katara Monroe, scoring the scorcher of a try earlier, did it all herself. I myself, in my playing days, may not have been able to pull off such an excellent try, but she's always been there supporting the runs of tons of players, as well as doing excellent work covering in the backfield of the play, catching some of those dangerous kicks put out by the Iron Woman, who's called Hartley.
Well, speak for yourself. I would have easily scored a hat-trick, but we're on, we play.
And it's McCarthy trying to win this one as the TNT player seems to be climbing a bit too high on the tackle there. Needs a bit extra, and it seems as the referee is going to the socks, and that's the second TNT player. It seems to be Teresita Dillon, or the third TNT player, sorry, to a card. It seems to be Teresita Dillon from Defence Force Rugby Club. Not sure, try to make sure I have that number. And she's off as we see the coach maybe giving her talking to.
I was hoping Hartley would take the points there and I would look like a prophet.
Oh, that's way out of her range. Way in her half of the pitch. That's an odd 55, almost 60 meters.
Oh, for Hartley, that's no problem. She's been incredible today, Kelsad. But one more roll right in the center. Look at the setup. Cayman looking to do that split. Might want to look to go left there. You're looking at Jazz. Jazz is to the left, Kelson. Something is brewing.
Pick up, and they do come. McCarthy comes right, looking to find Jazz Gray. Pops it into the space. Jazz, she stops. She goes. Unable to be snatched. TNT eventually take her down. No, she's still on her feet. 20 odd meters on purchase, and they're just short of the TNT 22-meter line. Cayman Islands trying to break the TNT hearts. That's great work looking for the room out wide. They have the numbers on the far side of the pitch if they can use it. Smashes into the contact. TNT over the ball is George trying to pick this one. Unable to. Cayman Islands in the driver's seat. Just need to slam the exclamation mark. As TNT defenders brushed off by the forward from Cayman Islands. Just losing her footing. They have the ball, the possession, the room. Hartley, she dinks the ball into open space. TNT under all sorts of trouble. It goes out into the dead ball area, and we're going to get back at 22 if needed, but not enough of time. The kick unable to get, and that's the final whistle. TNT hold on against a valiant effort from Cayman Islands, 29-26 to the jubilation of the local crowd.
Yeah, it was a matter of inches there, and a fitting end just trickles out of bounds. Came on so close. What an impressive performance, but TNT able to hold. It was incredible.
So yeah, TNT holding off the onslaught from Cayman Islands. Cayman did start off with fire and pace, but TNT held their own, put on a couple experienced players, just stopped the bleeding, and TNT able to pull off back-to-back victories, and maybe Larry Gomes is their good luck charm here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see these girls down the line continue their development. There's so many names I could go on and on about. I will keep my eye on this Cayman squad. Cayman, do not be a stranger. There you're seeing both sides now paying their respects to each other. Excellent performance. Both coaches could be extremely proud. And let's hope we could have a good performance later and a great time.
Well, we just see the camaraderie of rugby. Other sports doesn't really have this same setup where no matter you're just trying to knock a player's head off. No, not literally, but just saying, and right after we can have a talk, have some drinks, and enjoy the sport in which we love here at Larry Gomes Stadium. The final score 29-26, and we just take a short pause as we drop down for some interviews pitch side. And we're back here at Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima. TNT just slightly coming ahead of Cayman Islands, 29-26. As we just in a bit go to shoot down to pit side with Samaya Kinsdale, as she's going to interview the two captains. To remind you of the score, 29-26, TNT in favor of TNT over Cayman Islands, and we're going to
It is Aurora.
Down pit side.
Guys, we're here in...
Down pit side to Samaya.
Hi guys, we're here at Larry Gomes Stadium with the captain of Cayman Islands. Hi, it's Aurora.
Hi.
It's so nice to meet you. So what do you think went into how the team played today?
We've been preparing for a few months now with a relatively new team of mixed abilities, and to see the level that we've grown to now, it's really important, and it's amazing to see our improvement.
Okay. So what do you think after this results here today, right? What do you think the team has to do to regroup to move forward into the next phase?
Our playing structure right now really works for us. We see how from before to now how much we've improved and really honed in on our strengths as a team. And so I think it's just going back and tweaking a few things within that structure.
So nice to hear from you. Thank you so much, Aurora. All right. Hi guys, we're here with the captain of Trinidad and Tobago rugby team, T.S. David. T.S., congratulations on the big win. How are you feeling about it?
Feeling very good. We worked hard and we got it. We secured the win.
What do you think went into making your team win today?
I think the adjustments coming into the second half, we started playing to our strengths, double tackling, that's working together as a team and supporting once we got the line break and it worked out for us.
Okay, and what do you think this win means for the team going forward into the next phase?
I mean, it gives us the confidence to just keep working, getting stronger, and next year we even better with the 15s.
Even better with the 15s? That's great to hear, tackle specialist. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, guys, as us here, this is me, Sumaya Mall, here at Larry Gomes Stadium. Send it back up to you, Kelson, in the box.
Okay, thank you, Sumi, very much for that interview process here. And that is the end of this game today as the curtain closes on yet another great women's test match fixture here at Larry Gomes Stadium. Just a reminder of the score, TNT winning 29-26 over Cayman Islands. Just like to thank everyone who helped make this possible. Robert Stone, Jalen George for being the contributor, and myself, Kelson Figaro, on behalf of the Trinidad and Tobago Rugby Union and 360 TV, we'd like to thank you for viewing. We'll see you next time. Good day.